asking this question, should you travel while you are young? The answer is maybe yes, maybe not. Now, the scenarios of it is, if you have a good backup and you are an entrepreneur, okay, I am an entrepreneur and I travel not a lot, but I travel in 2 months period. Every two to 3 months I travel because I need to unwind. Okay, so every 2 to 3 months I travel, so I can travel while I'm very young. But it might not be true for you. You might not be an entrepreneur, you might be a just normal student, and you might be thinking, yeah, I want to travel. Traveling teaches you a lot of things, but I would say don't travel if you are broke, because the amazing things you can experience when you have money is just 100, 0 to 100 difference. Okay, it's just too much difference, so the juice isn't worth the squeeze. What I'm trying to tell you is, suppose you are broke and now you are traveling. Okay, suppose you are traveling to a place that you don't know about, you are not familiar. Then you go there and a thing happens and you gotta pay double for your room that day. First of all, if you are broke, you are traveling to very medial places and you are booking a very cheap ass rooms, but don't book those cheap ass room. But the thing is, broke people don't own that much valuable things, so that is okay for them. But if you own valuable things like a nice watch, a nice this and that, don't stay in those places. Don't go below 4 star. I would say that don't go below 4 star. Okay, and I'm not telling you to go to 5 stars, because 5 stars in India still cost a lot of money, and the difference is not that much. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the difference is in a 5 star and a 4 star in India. If you remove two or three exceptions hotels that are just like the price difference is around 30x. Okay, just remove one or two exceptional hotels, the difference is only will be in around the how big is your room, and how, like, the swimming pool. 4 star gyms have 4 star hotels have gyms, spas, everything. Just that. Just that. The only difference is the place where you're staying at. It might have a nicer view, it might have a bigger room. But if you're going with a female companion, you can book a 5 star. But I was going with my friends, and I'm not trying to flex on my friend like, see, just bought you a ticket. I'm not trying to do that. So I just booked a 4 star. Okay. Don't book those cheap ass rooms, because think of it, if you book those cheap as room, it isn't good. Okay, so back to the topic. I used to get tend to off the topic. Why I said don't travel if you are broke? Because you need to build something first so you can travel endlessly after that, rather than going on one trip and thinking, yeah, I need to save the money. Yeah, so you don't go there and just your money is gone after saving for months. The My situation was, we were thinking, if we only traveled, I could travel 30 days. I could only travel 30 days a month. Like, every month of the year I could go on one or two trips every month. Okay, every month I could go on a trips, or I could just stay outside. Okay, but I'm not at that level that I can just book 5 stars for 30 days. Just that. Okay, I'm not going to tell you which level I am at currently, but I'm not that at that level. Okay, I'm not at that level, because in even in India, you know how much 5 star cost. It could be around anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000. Yeah, there is hotels in India that is $5,000. You don't see that image online when you scroll through reels, but it is there. Okay, so if you're broke, you are just thinking about traveling, because you know what the syndrome is called. If I gave you your favorite food and I give you just little bit of that, you would be craving that more. So when you go on a trip, when you don't have money, you would be craving that this much portion, you would be craving that. But if you have abundance of going on to trips, you won't be craving that. Okay, so that's why you shouldn't go to trips when you are broke. You should build something first. And most people stay broke, they just go to trips and they stay broke. Okay, first build something, have something solid. I'm not talking about, I would say, people are gonna say no, this is not true. I would say at least have a real estate, at least. You know why? Stocks, you have stocks, amazing. I have a lot of stocks, I am bullish on stocks, this and that. Now when I see stocks and this and that, the thing is, I don't know why, but I don't feel that much confidence in my stocks. I've picked good companies, I have picked this and this and this and this, but in the end, I don't know the company director, I don't know him, I don't know the company personally. I could research what is online, I could research about all things, but I could research I could research, what do you call that? I'm forgetting the most important term. Balance sheet. You could research the balance sheet of a company, but you don't know what is going inside of that company. Okay, you don't know. So that's why I think, it's my opinion, I would rather prefer a real touchable asset rather than stocks. I have lots of stocks, but I would rather prefer that because that gives more security. Okay, when you have that, you can travel as much as you like. Okay, as much as you like, but don't fall for that trap, that is, spend all the money you have on traveling. I've seen a lot of guys, like, it's all about experiences. No, it is not about all about experiences. Think of it. You have $10,000 right now, and you say, I'm gonna travel to some countries, and you spend the $10,000. If you are doing very cheap travels, you can travel to, I don't know how many countries, but if you are traveling decent, I think this money will get you to 4 to 5 trips. Yeah, that's it. This money will get you to 4 to 5 or 6 trips, maybe. This money will get you there. But if you have put it this $10,000 in, suppose, a stock or hypocrisy, stocks, if you just put it a down payment for your house, $10,000. I know $10,000 is not enough for a house, but metaphorically speaking, okay, if you put it in something else while you are young, because when you are young you have a lot of leverage of time, like you could invest in a stock. You know what, if you're not dumb, you can just randomly close your eyes and pick a company in stock market and invest it, and in 10 years your money would be doubled. And if it is not doubled, it would still be up by minimum to minimum 30%. 30% after 10 years. Okay, so if you what will your $10,000 will become? That's up to you, but I'm gonna tell you, if you spend that on improving yourself, improving your income, this could be 1 million. And you might be saying, no, no, it is not true, but yes, it could be 1 million. If you spend that $10,000 on learning a skill, then you learn how to sell those skills, and then you scaled a company, then you did this, and now you have $1 million from $10,000. Now you could travel unlimited with that. But what most people do is, they go, the quote, if you go on Twitter, there is people saying right now this, when people say, yeah, if you invested that much money on this index on that date, you would have this much right now. And people in the comments says, okay, so you should go go on the index to your vacations and buy but don't buy a car. Like, the conversation is basically, like, for some context, the people say, if you bought this car or this car's company stock, so people say you should go in a company car stock rather than going in the car because they don't have a car. So the problem with that thing is, you should make more money. That's it. I don't understand that perspective. Both side of the people that invest too much and don't buy anything nice. I'm not telling you to don't do anything. That's what I do. I make money, I can travel whenever I want, but I travel only after 2 to 3 months. Why? Because I need the time to grow. If you're not growing, travel doesn't mean anything. If you're not growing, who are you going to show that to? And if you say, yeah, I'm traveling for myself, learning new things, how much more you can learn when you can travel infinite? Okay, so the conversation that these people have, that you shouldn't buy a car, you should just go to travel and experience a thing, that is not optimistic for most people. Let me give you a very amazing example of this. The thing with this is, suppose you don't save money and you just travel. Okay, in 1 year you do 6 trips, that's all you can afford. 6, 10, whatever, you can afford that. But if you just saved all that money for 1 year, I'm not telling you to do this for lifetime, I would say increase your income, but after even increasing your income you could buy a house, but I'm not talking about that. The game plan for now should be save that money until you have a asset, a business, a vehicle, not driving vehicle, a money making vehicle that can take you to the next level. If it can take you to the next level, then you can spend that money. Okay, because you are spending the return of your investment, not your hard earned money. If you spend your hard earned money, you have to work very hard to earn it back. Okay, so don't fall for this scam that people are saying just travel when you are young. I learned a lot of things while traveling. I had a lot of stories while I was traveling. But you know what? I was making good money. I wasn't doing like travel like this. Yeah, I'm gonna save this much money and then I'm gonna travel. The first reason why we traveled after 2 to 2 months is like 2 to 2 months. Why we traveled that? Because my friend didn't make that much money, so I only traveled with them because of the comfort zone thing. But I am now grown, so I can travel alone, and I will update you on that traveling alone sector. But that's it. If you have amazing assets, or you have a parent that is backing up you, that is saying go do whatever you want, I have the money, I can provide with that, do it. There is no shame of feeling that. I see a lot of rich rich kids saying, yeah, I feel the shame, this and that. That is just a PR move. They don't feel shame. See you in the next one.